Hi guys, I'm sorry I was watching a couple seconds of this video and I just thought to myself I should have reacted to this on my channel. So I'm gonna be reacting to this video. It's called How Sweet the Ugly Duckling and the Meaning of NewJeans is Everywhere by Chu Jimmy on YouTube. So I'm gonna be reacting to this. And by the way guys, I'm sorry if some of the lyrics that I listen to go right over my head. I re-listen to the song and I get it, so sorry if it flies over my head the first reaction. I probably get it the second time I listen to it. Okay, let's react to this.
I think the most interesting development of How Sweet's story is the street dance scene during the final chorus. A crowd of people gathers around NewJeans to watch them dance, but not really. The people in the crowd look genuinely uninterested in what they're watching, looking away at times or deciding to leave. Actually, every person NewJeans encounters in this video seems uninterested or unimpacted by their presence. The store clerk falling asleep.
When I saw that, I thought that that's them trying to represent people, you know what I mean, Hybe, them fighting with Hybe, and people were picking Illit, and then people were picking NewJeans, and just people were getting uninterested. I think that's what they're trying to represent. I don't know.
The couples moving past them, the truck driver ignoring them, and so on. Throughout the entire music video, and for the first time in NewJeans' entire videography, the camera doesn't shift to the perspective of another person. Both Bubblegum and How Sweet are quite different in that it seems like NewJeans are the sole main characters of these stories. There's not another character's perspective introduced like we're normally used to with Ditto's Hisu, ETA's Ava, Cool Thew's depiction of the god Eros, the love interests in Attention and High Boy, and so on. There's almost always another character's perspective given in NewJeans' story, but this time it's just them, and also animals and bugs. In the absence of another human's perspective, we see the point of view from so many different angles throughout the How Sweet music video. I strongly suspect this is because How Sweet positions NewJeans as the ugly ducklings in the story. From the dog approaching them to the birds that fly above them, this story follows the trajectory of the outcast ugly duckling being abandoned by its own flock, encountering and dealing with other animals, and eventually coming to realize its own self-worth and great potential. The dance scene visibly others NewJeans away from the ducks in the water. They're still always in the background and observable as a kind of looming presence in these scenes. In the final scene of the music video, NewJeans steps forward and the ducks swim away from them. After being outcast and crashing on their own, they don't rejoin the flock that abandoned them. Instead, they stand defiantly on their own, as members of their own flock with their own resolve and identity. The story of the ugly duckling matches the sentiment of this song, which describes the end of a relationship, a separation of two people that will end up being a net positive for the both of them. They simply weren't good for each other. They weren't alike in a lot of ways, and NewJeans as the narrator remarks about how sweet it tastes now that they're without him.
I don't think it's about a relationship though. Yeah, that's the meaning of it, but there's a double meaning. I think they're trying to talk about Hybe, you know.
Subject of the story. Something important to note is that How Sweet is a direct opposite turn away from too much into this here. Bubblegum obviously compares the sweetness of the beginning of a relationship to chewing bubblegum. How Sweet compares the sweetness of ending a relationship to biting an apple. Two different forms of sweet foods, one made with processed and artificial sugars, while the other sweetness is ultimately healthy and truly good for you, right? The apple sweetness may not be as enjoyable as bubblegum is, but it's ultimately better for you in the end. There's a lot more value to the sweetness of an apple. As far as what any of this means as it relates to NewJeans, I have a couple of ideas. NewJeans has a pretty well-established meta concept. A lot of their work references who they are as a group and what they're going through. I want to say that this EP is an extension of the narrative of Ditto in a lot of ways. This separation described in the song is maybe in reference to the long absence NewJeans has taken since their last release in 2023. Perhaps something caused NewJeans to crash in the meantime, in the overwhelming period of their continued and growing success, and have taken this time to realize what's better for them in the end. In likeness to the story of the ugly duckling, they've come to recognize that they don't belong in the company of the flock that abandoned them. They're better off going on their own way and trying to find their own worth and potential. Again, it's the different perspectives of all the animals, the crowds of people watching NewJeans but who are seemingly uninterested. All eyes are on NewJeans in this music video, but no.
That could be Bang Si Hyuk or whatever his name is, probably talking about the owner of Hybe. How they ignored her. They ignored them. Yeah, that could be talking about him.
Nobody seems to care.
Because that's such an ignorant thing to do. Bitch, you better open your eyes and look. look left, look right.
People have decided to move on from him. That seems to be the story that's being told here. However, I think it's very, very notable and symbolic that the people who were uninterested still showed up. They came to see what NewJeans would do because they still care, even if they've grown cold towards them by action. The sweetness of bubblegum doesn't last forever. It's actually a very short-lived sensation before you need to spit it out. And apple sweetness doesn't last forever either, but by comparison, it's something you eat, and the nutrients that the apple sweetness can provide you will be more beneficial to your health in the long run.
Yeah.
Although not as sweet, the separation in this relationship is the more desirable outcome. To put it plainly, NewJeans as the narrator will never belong to the flock that abandoned her, hinting a bigger narrative that the sweetness of starting a relationship will not last forever. It's not something that you can depend on to get you by or sustain a relationship. The sweetness of whatever you entertain will eventually go away. That's when reality sets in and potential for things to fall apart. So always ensure that it's the right kind of sugars you're consuming. Yeah, this is my narrative.
Stick to healthy relationships is what it means. That's what he's trying to say. Stick to healthy relationships.
Analysis of the house we eat.
Don't stick to fake artificial ones.
So far, my blanket understanding of what could be going on, but I am kind of stuck wondering if the next release after this is going to provide some connection or context that is necessary to developing a fuller story. For now, at the very least, I love both songs. Genuinely great adds to NewJeans' discography, and I really, really cannot wait to see what they do next. Them being gone for almost a year and coming back with just 2 songs is crazy. But again, perhaps these 2 tracks are released together as a part of a specific story that they wanted to tell. That's all from me. Thank you for watching this if you did. If you have any other ideas, anything else you noticed about this story, your thoughts on the 2 songs, definitely let me know. Thank you again for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time.
Whether at home.
Alright, so hold on. I like their songs. I like how sweet, and I do like bubblegum. I prefer how sweet. Yeah, I feel like it was kind of like trying to depict how they feel towards Hybe, like being ignored by the owner, and them trying to like just like figure out what to do on their own, you know. And there can be a double meaning with the relationship, but deeper down I think it's about the company that they're in. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know. Bye guys. Have a good day.